do it.
I pressed the button.
The button
We are now.
has been.
Big Aaron, say something funny, so it's also something funny.
Something about shit out
Turn
the
in the window.
There we are.
On my shoe, I had to turn.
The button.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are
That's
live.
fine. That'll do. Good evening. Hello, world. Hi. Good evening.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. Yes.
Not late.
Not late. Who's late? You're late. The Queen is never late. Everyone else is simply early.
Time is only an opinion.
An opinion.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so. That's the quote.
Lunchtime. Hi.
Lunchtime.
Lunchtime. Time's got to be an illusion. Lunchtime goes really fast, but when you're looking at that clock waiting for lunchtime, it does not.
Lily said
An
hi.
hour lunch break is never the same as an hour
Good evening, Lily.
anywhere else.
Hello. You have to look at the camera, so it's really unsettling. Hello.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Nice. Right, so we've got a few people in watching. So let's get started then. So tonight we've got on Bournemouth's Drallion, well, 3 of the members. There are 6 of them. I think 6 members on the stream would have been a
Chaos.
nightmare. In fact, yeah, that would have been really tough to get through. But
Yes.
luckily we've managed to
Anyway.
cut that number in half. 3 of them have gone missing. So if you see them anywhere, inform the authorities.
Sorry, my Windows
So-
noise, the Windows noise.
Do not approach.
Windows noise.
Yeah, you know, the bling. Very loud.
Yeah. So we've got a bit of history with Drallion. We've played a few shows with them. We'll probably touch on that this evening. Before that, we're having a week or 2 off of gigs. We played 7 shows in July, which was pretty intense. That included a few little weekend tours. And yeah, I think we've earned a break to write some music. Good evening, Chris Bunker. Hello. We'll be working on some new tracks this week. We've got some stuff in the works that we're not going to announce yet, but it's very exciting. But
We
We
think
announced
so,
it.
anyway.
We're doing Gangnam
Well,
Style
yeah.
2. That's what we're making.
Gangnam Style 2,
But yeah,
Despacito, the sequel.
we're making
um,
Teenage Shark.
What was that one? I
Like
didn't get that
God,
one.
You know, like Baby Shark.
The evolved baby shark.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that was a
your best
200
shark.
IQ joke.
That was, yeah. I don't watch Rick and Morty, bro. Good evening, Marie. Hi. Right, I think let's get Drallion in here. I will be right back as ever.
It's got to run over to wherever they live, grab them, pull them
Yeah,
here.
bring 'em up.
You and me again, Aaron.
Hello.
Aaron,
Hello.
what cheese is made backwards?
Backwards, tell me.
Edam.
Oh, made back. Oh, he's a funny one, this guy.
Round of applause. Everyone claps.
Whee.
Boo. Oh.
Plop a like, plop a comment in the chat if you thought that was a funny joke.
Simon, we'll never know.
Give
I've
it a
got to
hold.
rewatch it now. Oh. Good evening, gentlemen.
Right down. Yeah.
How are we doing?
Oh, I forgot. We're watching you, fellas. Watching you on the phone just to make sure.
Hey.
Are we live? Can you hear us all okay?
Yeah, fine. All good here.
All good.
Nice.
Perfect. How are you guys doing this evening?
So, yeah, not bad. Yeah, all good.
Yeah, getting
All
ready for
good.
the weekend.
Got a
Yeah.
good weekend coming up with Hammer Down.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll talk a bit more about that in a while. Excited for you guys on that one. A little jealous. I won't lie. But yeah, it looks like a great show. So how about you
We
guys?
shit on-
What was that? Sorry?
I'm still looking forward to it. We're fucking terrified.
Hopefully a
We
healthy
share
kind of
stage
nervousness.
expressions.
Yeah. Guy Clifford chimes in and says, "That's one of my jokes." I'm assuming that's the one we missed.
Hey,
Hey.
good old guys. He's been with us for years. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
good evening.
The man has the patience of several saints.
Well, before we go any further, how about you guys one by one introduce yourselves, introduce what you do in Drallion.
All right, my name's James. Thanks, guys. My name's James. I'm the vocalist for Drallion. Yep. Circa 2019. Yeah. Recent. I'm the new boy.
Plays the vocal board.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes. The,
Played, yeah.
The resident scream machine.
That's the one. I'm the bloke that shouts at you if you're in the audience.
Okay, I'm Max, founding member, rhythm guitar, main lyricist, most music.
Smoke machine
Smoke
operator.
machine operator, lights operator.
Yeah.
Random, I found this on eBay, let's give it a whirl. Operator.
Bloke, van driver.
Yeah, van driver, yeah.
Pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
A bit of an all-round guy, really. But
Yeah,
good
yeah.
guy.
And
Oh,
Sounds
we
gone
lost
there, mate.
audio there. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Can you come a little closer and try that again for us?
we're asking Billy to speak louder. There you go.
It's gone again. Is it like
We lost him again.
Realist.
Bloody racist.
Yeah.
Bloody anti-Semitic.
So from my lip reading ability, I can tell you that this is Beardy. He plays the bass. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
I'll translate. Beardy plays the bass fantastically well. He also writes at the most of the material. The music.
Yeah.
Yes, he writes most of the music, and then sends it to me and says, "Can you put words over this?" And I'm like, "Fucking hell, how am I going to do that?"
And then Finn's
Then Max gets it.
While we try and figure out what time signature it's supposed to be
yeah,
in.
mate.
You'll sit on my lap, so that'd
Sorry,
be
mate.
preferable.
I think that's the angle there. I'm gonna snuggle in. There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you now. That's
Yeah.
much
Hey.
better. It was
Cool.
cutting you out hard. Every time you spoke, the audio would cut. We got the gist.
For
though.
most people, don't worry.
You're resonating through James now. You're good.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So thank you guys for coming on this evening.
Pornhub shirt. I'm in Prodigian shirt, yeah.
Yes, there's a shout out in the chat saying Thomas Peppard is watching. He says loving the Perdition shirt.
Tom.
Yeah,
And the
big
Ghost of
shout out to Tom.
Carthage tea as well.
Yeah.
Reverend Colin and the Salisbury boys.
Chewy, no one calls you
Chewy. Nobody can say no one calls you Beardy.
Your mother does.
Yeah. No one calls him Sam. No one calls him Sam. Except for his mum.
We got a comment in from Adam Chambers saying, laughing my ass off, look at these lags, hugs and kisses, boys.
Oh,
I think this is straight back at you, bro. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming on, chaps. We've got a few things. I think you might have seen one or two of our streams. You got a rough idea of what we do, hopefully. So we'll start with how did Dralion come about and what does the name mean?
It came about, well, we did a number of projects years ago. What was it, Wacken 07?
Wacken 06, I think it was.
No, it was 07 with Therian. That lot.
Wacken 07.
We had Ice Earth and Blind Guardian on it. We were doing a few different band things prior, and we went along to Wacken 07 and saw Therian and Ice Earth and Blind Guardian and thought, fucking hell, this is a lot better than what we used to do. Drumming away with boring chords and all that kind of crap. But Borgia with between
Blind Guardian and yeah.
So we sort of pulled away from that, and my brother and I, Beardy, thought, right, we've got a new idea, we've got to stick with this. And sure enough, 25 years later, no, 15 years later, it's very much a Spinal Tap sort of arrangement where there have been probably 15 different members, and myself and Beardy have been in it from the beginning. And it's just taken so long to sort of get together. Like we did a music video on Saturday recording, and something we wrote probably 12 years ago. Yeah, even longer. There you go. So it's all this stuff that's just been sat waiting to come out. It's just getting the right people behind it to deal with it.
Absolutely.
Every time
started to get going, something happened with a member where they've had to leave for family issues or health issues or all this sort of
or
stuff.
being a dick,
Being a twat.
We can certainly relate. Certainly relate there. We've gone through a lot of members ourselves to get this kind of formation together, and I think what you say there is so true, and a lot of bands find that. I think finding members that are the right fit is so hard.
Yeah. But thankfully we seem to have gotten a fine lineup that everyone here is happy to stay, which is a nice thing. But as you mentioned, the band name, it doesn't actually mean anything. We went through several different names, but then you go, that's, you sit there for ages with a pen and paper and come up with one and go, well, that sounds bloody good. Quick Google search. No, there's 4 other bands with that name. Shit. So we ended up just making up a word.
Doing an opera.
Make up a word. But our guitarist Mark, who's been with us probably 12 years now.
11 years.
11 years. He's a phenomenal guitarist, although he will never outsing himself. He'll always think that he can do better, but he's phenomenal. He amazes us. Yeah. But he came along to when we auditioned him. He came along and said, "Oh, so is the band?" He's into his martial arts and his Eastern cultures and all that sort of thing. And he said, "Oh, so is it like the Dragon of the West and the Lion of the East?" And we went, "Probably." Okay, fuck it. Yeah, that. It means more than we made up. So it is just a made up word because no other bastard has it. But then we did find out some band in South America is called Italian.
That's fantastic.
So they have a production called Italian spelled with one L.
That's got one L, so it's copyright wise, we're okay. As long as we don't dance about too much on stage, we're okay.
Absolutely. We've had a few comments. We've had a few comments come in. I'll just read a few out. So this is going to be an interesting one. So Aurang Zaib says, "Hi, Madachod." Any ideas?
Madachod? No clue. Matt isn't here on stream.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
We've had Guy Clifford chime in, said, "Looking forward to seeing you in my hometown at the King Arthur. Your music has always been ahead of its time and your hard work is coming to fruition. I remember scratching my head thinking of a name too."
Yeah, he was there. So we say, Guy's has always been a good friend and a good fan. The original fan. He still wears the original god-awful printed T-shirt with the original logo done on Microsoft Paint. He still wears that to gigs today. And
keep an eye out for that.
So yeah, big love. Yes, maybe even 7, maybe 8. But Guy's always been a good guy. It's fantastic to play where he doesn't have to trek halfway across the country to see us as well.
We've got
you can have a drink and walk home.
Yeah.
Emma's chimed in and said, "Dr. Alien."
Hey,
Dr. Alien.
We've had Ahmed Al Hussan has come in saying, "Wow, the struggle." Hi, Madachod.
Gonna come up with all that one.
I hope I'm saying that right.
Is Malachod behind us and we can't see him?
It means
He's invisible.
Is he an entity?
It means Mother Fricker.
Oh, well done, thank you.
Nice. I've been just saying that out loud.
Someone knows it.
Well, thank you, Malachod. I will call everyone.
You will.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant word.
Now we've got that.
A new band name,
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
That'd be a good band name.
Adam claims that Max, you owe him a pint. Hamid Al Hussan has come in and said, "Bro Gandu," and we've all got to say we are Madachod.
That's all right. Well, that turns out that's going to be the title of our second album, I guess. We're going to have to say Malachod by Dralian, or release a song. It'll be the opening song on the second album. Tell them that.
We are Madachod. Fill us right.
Yeah.
It's just for fun, bro. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for all those comments. They came in real quick, so keeping up with that was a challenge. I've frozen, haven't I?
Camera's gone.
Yeah, he's frozen. That's a good photo.
If we get an awkward question, can we all just...
Yeah, man.
Oh, damn it.
Is he gone? There he is.
Okay. Are we all good?
Oh, there we go.
It's all very professional here, as you can tell, guys. We do this, yeah. We do this regularly.
You see them blue screen.
See when you restrict one nose. Yeah.
Martha says, "Hi, also Aaron. Nice plant."
Thank you. It's very good.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very nice plant. Have I frozen again?
Yeah, he's frozen again.
Same position as well.
Oh. No, it's all right.
Let's get through some questions. I can't keep up with this chat right now. Which is good. That's really good. popping off already. So we've gone through the name, we've gone through the formation. What about inspiration for the music? So what kind of influences do you guys have, and what are your aims?
Wow. Like I said, when we went to Wacken, we were blown away by the sort of the combination of black metal and power metal, weren't we? With bands like Dimmu and Iced Earth and all that. So we always wanted that sort of epic sound with our music, which is where Matt, our keyboardist, kind of is the essential part of our sound. Is, you know, we can have all the heavy riffs and the blast, you know, quick drums, all that sort of stuff. But Matt's keyboards that he puts over the top is what makes that sound our sound.
Yeah.
And
also the bass and the guitars and everything.
yeah,
Back as kids when sorry, yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's right. I heard someone say he's gone.
yeah, we got you again. Yeah, we got you back.
Oh, we're back. We're back. Yeah. As kids, obviously, you come home from school and you plug the CD player and you plug your guitar in, and you don't want to just sit there strumming away on a, you know, on a chord doing exercises. You want something that's fun to play. So, although it might be a pain in the arse at times and it might not be poppy or hooky, well, yeah, we try and keep it hooky. I want it would be so poppy and easy, but we've got to make sure that when we're on stage playing, we're actually enjoying it and not just going through the motions.
Absolutely.
If someone's heard it for the first time, go, yeah, that sounds good, but you can look on stage with several bands and see they're bored as shit. There's no energy. You've got to have fun, and you've got to push yourself for each riff and all that sort of thing. If it can be played more complicated, then he will make sure it's played more complicated.
Yeah.
No, you've got to do 12 notes in a 5/8 pattern, recurring and all this shit. Why? Because it works better and it's fun to play. You stood there going, oh, for fuck's sake, and you play it and you go, yeah, all right, fine.
So I'm assuming you're all very good at maths, very good at fractions.
And a lot of you just throw the paperwork in front and go, let's just put this like that. How does that sound? I don't know, I haven't played it yet. And you play and you go, actually, that's good.
So do you find yourselves, in terms of writing, do you write sort of theoretically before you put it to an instrument sometimes then?
No. That's person to person, isn't it? Mark's writing approach. Mark will write a lot of his stuff on a guitar. He'll sit down with his guitar. You know, he'll use his theory knowledge and his fretboard knowledge to know where he's going next. For me, I will hum something in my head and then try and type it onto the laptop. I use Guitar Pro for most of that stuff. Yeah. And I'll go, oh, I know sort of how that will look on paper because of how it sounds in my head, and I'll put it in and I'll go, oh, that's not quite right, I'll change that note. I don't think I guitar when I do most of my writing. It's all just keyboard and in the head. And then I don't know how Mac does more sort of ideas that just come into your head and you write them down.
Yeah, that's just walking about. You record something on your phone, humming, very similar to Beardy, just hum something. At work, in between funerals.
No,
that sort of stuff. And then
if I keep cutting in and out, don't worry, boys. I'll just sort my camera out. Playing me up tonight.
We can already see your background is very low res, so yeah.
He just lives underwater.
There are a lot of Spice Girls posters up.
Yeah.
Not many.
Could be it.
Yeah, blur everything.
But no, musically for me as well, similar to Beardy's, is just sort of you hum something in your head and you come up with it in your head. I might open up the voice recorder on my phone and like scat into it, and then come home and a week later go, oh yeah, I had that, and try and transpose it. But yeah, I mean, influences wise, it's nothing really. It's just anything that happens to sound good. That's another reason we've got 6 members in the band, and we all come from different musical backgrounds. Mark likes his very technical, sort of trivium-y, blah, 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 blah. Paul Gilbert, that sort of thing. Yeah. I like my sort of straightforward power metal, American metal, that sort of thing. Sure. Beardy likes anything, country, jazz. And we've got a bloody prog, a Yes fan and Rick Wakeman fan, keyboardist, Arena. So all of that comes together, and it just it sometimes takes a bit of tweaking, but in the end it works.
Absolutely.
So
We've had a few comments come in regarding your performance as well, and this is something I definitely agree
Sorry
with.
about that.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll apologise.
Yeah. Do not send again.
So, Guy says you definitely have that stage presence, which adds to your performance and a good interaction with the audience. And I definitely know.
Oh, he's gone.
We're staying there.
That was the best one. Yeah.
That was a good one.
That's a good one, wasn't it?
That was great. We'll do a second take when he comes back.
After a compliment, and the internet goes,
The
no.
one time we get complimented and the internet goes, you're not having that. No.
Oh, no.
He'll come back in. He just
Deleted from existence.
But yeah, I definitely agree with that. You guys, seeing you live, you certainly do interact. I would say you kind of want to be a bit worried about Matt because he does sometimes steal the thunder with that keytar. I'd say,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's like Andy. He's the back line, so he's normally hiding. Well, he's not trying to hide, but he just has to be hidden behind the wall of 5 or 6 keyboards. And plus 4 large people. So it's nice to actually bring him out front and let him have his day in the sun.
yeah. Give him a song.
We take the chain off his leg, and we pat him on the head, and the rainbow. Yeah, lovely. Then he has to come back with his
See the people and then we'll bring him home.
No, honestly, he does so much in the background, or on the back of the stage rather, and he'll do a solo, and no one will see it because he's stood behind all of us next to the drummer.
It was the Bournemouth gig recently behind a pillar.
All behind a pillar. Yeah. Or just random crap, empty guitar cases, that kind of stuff. So it's nice when he comes to the front and let him shine because he's an big part of the band.
He's a fantastic player.
So every lead guitarist gets to stand up front on their little platform and do the widdly, and Matt has to stand at the back most of the time and do his widdly. So it's nice to bring him forward, as I say.
Most certainly. I think it definitely complements your guys' set as well. And obviously, there's 6 of you on stage. We saw you recently at the Bear Cave. And obviously, that stage wasn't ready for 6 people, but you still made it.
We haven't played a stage that he's ready for 6 yet. No.
Yeah.
He's on the floor. He's on the floor at most gigs.
Yeah. Right in the audience.
Yeah.
It'd be great to rest my toe and not somewhere else. It's not where you want to be.
So I'm going to go around the 3 of you individually, if you can, and just tell us what actually got you originally into playing the instrument you play.
All right. Who are you starting with? Who's under the firing line first?
We'll start with you then, James.
Yeah, I thought you'd look at me. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I spoke. It's my fault. Yeah. You do it. Yeah. Did I start playing the trumpet? Well, let's see. No, I got into singing a fair few years ago, actually. I was one of those people that used to sing in the car or in the shower or like not around people because I just didn't think that I had any sort of real talent for it. And it was only, thanks. It was only, I was in the car with some friends and I put Swinging the Dead on by Devil Driver and just fucking roared it. And they turned around and went, "You're good at that. You should try it." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." So, I started going out in Bournemouth. Started going to some of the rock bars in Bournemouth, and they do karaoke. So I started picking the heavier songs on the karaoke list and doing them, and just got some good sort of feedback for it. It was nice, people, get off, you fucking screaming back. And then, 5 years ago, maybe, my brother put together a covers band that did all sorts of weird and wacky shit, like 70s and Elmore James and Chuck Berry and stuff from like long time ago that no other cover band was touching. And he said, "Do you want to sing for it?" And I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll give it a go. Whatever." Played our first set, went down really well. Played in that band for a couple of years, and then it sort of just fizzled out like some cover bands do. They don't book enough or whatever. And then tried out for a couple of other bands sort of in the Bournemouth area, didn't really get anywhere. And then saw Dralian were looking for my partner Emma put me onto Dralian's advert. I'll say that because she'll kill me if I don't. partner Emma put me onto the audition for Drallin and said, "Oh, Max is looking for a singer. Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a whirl." And message Max, and the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah, I did a right job. Yeah, the full circle.
You've already been singing the songs
before I'd even considered singing the songs. Yeah.
What you thought the song.
Yeah. That was the. You still do that now? You do, yeah. Look over at Beardy in practice or on stage, and he's just singing some completely random thing of what the song is. Do it anyway.
Nice one.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute! Oh, he's back!
Hello again.
He's back from the void.
What is that now?
What should we go for next?
Oh, choices.
Oh.
Yeah, go on. Billy's looking at me. Yes, hello.
Yeah. Go for it.
Why not? What's the question?
How did you get
What
into
got us
playing
into
music?
Good. No. Well, you mentioned when James started the trumpet. I actually did start the trumpet many years ago as a child in school. I got actually pretty fucking good at it. But it's the usual cliche story. At 16, my dad bought me a Zach Wild Epiphone Les Paul. So I thought, fuck, I've got to actually learn now. I tried a bit of classical guitar prior, because my older brother Dan, who still plays guitar and still does the singing scene, all the bandiokies and karaoke's around Poole, and is bloody good at it. Yes, Dan Beardmore is infamous around the area for that. And so my dad bought me that, and as I say, I thought, fuck, this is probably a bit expensive. I should probably learn. But yeah, just the usual stuff. Coming home from school, putting on the best of Iced Earth or Iced Earth Alive in Athens, and learning everything on the set list. I'd gone through Maiden, I'd gone through Metallica, Judas Priest, the usual stuff that was a lot of widdly, but I fell in love with Iced Earth's fast picking. John Schaefer, the right hand of God, with the fast rhythm picking and things, and I just got into that. So I, just sort of.
Yeah, knack for
that. Just coming home, plugging in, playing in, and just going, right, fuck it, I'm going to play rhythm. I don't want any of the widdly stuff. That's all well and good, but when you've had a shit day and you want to cripple yourself. It took longer and longer to cripple myself, and I was playing through 3 hours of material after school, and still thinking, more palm muted E flat. And everything else, and that's most of our material today. No, but yeah, it's just it was a good escape from the shit at that time. It's good fun, and absolutely loved it. It was nice to feel like you were a bit, even though it was only a CD. It was nice to be, in a sense, a little bit of a part of it and to play around with. And then we sort of thought, fuck it, let's put the band together. I mean, Beardy and I, Beardy's my brother. So he was in the room next door, so we'd often just crank up Alive in Athens or something else, and he'd be playing his bass in one room and I'd be playing my guitar in the other room, and we'd be stood sort of in the doorway hoping it synced up. It didn't always sync up according to whoever was downstairs shouting upstairs, "You're out of fucking time, what's going on?"
Excellent the volume.
Yeah. Sat there going, no, I'm going to turn it off a little bit. I can hear too much of Beardy through the wall.
Yeah. Well, you haven't got a sound man in that situation, have you? So it's not really your fault, you know.
Yeah, mother was the sound man, shouting and going, more bass, more treble, take the mid down a bit. But that's about it. It's nothing to say. I just enjoyed it. At the end of the day, it's an enjoyable thing to do.
Fantastic, yeah. And like say, I think music's a great escape for a lot of people.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Especially with metal and power metal and things. I've always found that you play along to pop, which is a bit feel that kind of thing.
It's good.
It's good, but you can't come home and just shout "fuck." Play along. Yes, right. Yeah, okay.
I think,
and in the van, of course, if anyone follows us on Facebook or me and Beardy or whoever else, they'll see that the Strong Independent Black Woman playlist is always
It's
played
alive and well.
live and well, and constantly being added to. It must be up to about 8 hours.
Mhm.
7.5 hours of empowering female music. I don't need no man. Played on Sassy, played on the way back from every gig. So we're no stranger to just enjoying a bit of something different.
When you've had a heavy metal drive up there, 3 hours of heavy metal music playing up there, and then 3 hours of heavy metal music playing up there, you need something that's going to keep you awake on the way back. So you need a lot.
Yeah, a bit of Gloria Gaynor, a bit of Shania Twain, a bit of Cher. Why not?
Before we carry on,
And with that, let's move on to the musical side of our band.
just quickly before you do hop into your story, we've got a few comments coming through. I think we're being messed with, but I
They
think
all
we're gonna
saying
go for
sorry,
it anyway. So there's a comment saying, "Can you please say happy birthday
Don't say
to?"
that.
I don't know what it is. Did you look it up?
No,
I wasn't able to find it.
just don't say that.
Thing is, are we gonna get in trouble if we do it?
Just don't say that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
best to
afraid,
leave it,
Hamad,
It's probably like equivalent a Joe Mama joke,
I've been told. Yeah, I thought this.
but worse.
I think we're being messed with.
Right, we don't mind saying happy birthday to someone.
Yeah.
Or it's like Shape Abdullah or something. Then
Can you see the comment section?
No, we got.
Okay.
This laptop will barely run video.
Yeah, you're lucky we're
I'm
in.
going to have to refill the coal scuttle at some point for it.
The dog's on a
It's not
treadmill.
windows, it's window.
We've had a load of comments coming in though while we've been chatting. Which I just want to say out to the chat, thank you so much for contributing and having a chat with us. We see a lot of jokes in there. Good, that's always good. Keep it up. We're keeping an eye. If something stands out, we'll do our very best to pick it up. But you guys are moving fast. This is one of the fastest comment sections we've had to deal with. So thank you very much for
Yeah. Yeah, it's all Alex from Grove Warden. I figured it would be. Yeah, we're playing with them in October and December, and we're looking forward to it. They were mad at the railway the other night, and
Who's this? Sorry?
Grove Warden from Exeter.
Oh,
Love
awesome.
that energy that they bring. They're fucking mad.
I believe we'll be having them on for a live stream in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for that.
You need to.
Yeah, very polite guys so far. Really looking forward to having a chat. Anyway, yes, Biddy, your story. What got you on the bass?
I started playing piano when I was 10. And going through school, playing piano, was all right at it. Never really, played any like concert level stuff. But I got to
The voice tales.
you pick B, 14, and then you go into year 10. I pick music.
I think we're sorry to be a pain. I think we're losing a bit of audio. If you can come just slightly towards.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah,
just
well,
get on the lap, dude.
So pick music, and then over the summer holidays, not piano anymore. So stopped playing piano over the summer holidays, and the only other instrument that was in the house at the time was a bass guitar. So I just went, well, I'll just start playing that because I need an instrument for school music lessons, basically.
Nice.
And Jason Newsted, Cliff Burton, Geezer Butler, all people that I'd enjoyed their bass lines. So I was just like, well, I'll just learn some of their stuff, and maybe hopefully I'll fall in love with the stuff that they play and it all. And then I did, and here we are playing the bass.
And you say you often write from the piano. Do you ever write from a bass point of view?
When I said keyboard, I meant literal, like typing. Typing using the laptop to type in the sheet music in the tab on Guitar Pro. That's where most of my writing happens. It's up here and on there. I do some jamming and something will come up, but like usually it's an idea that will come into my head just out of whatever happens to be going on at the time. someone will say something, and I'll go, "Oh, that's an interesting idea." That'll chain of events, autism, and I'll go, "Oh, I'll do a riff that's 5/4 and 4/4 in this key with this change in it," and it happens. Yeah, and then he goes, "Can't you just do it fucking 4/4?" And I go, "No."
Very nice.
Like 18/7 time. Good work.
Can't have 18/7 time. It's got to be 8 or 4.
Yeah.
So,
Live demonstration.
sorry.
Yeah.
And that's how we write songs. He says something, I say no, and he says no.
That's how it works.
And I go, okay, fine.
Fantastic. All right. So I'm going to ask you guys individually again. This one should be quite quick and easy. What's the first album that you bought?
Oh fuck
That
me.
comes. That's going to be. I bought 4. Who are the answers?
Yeah.
But yeah, James, after you.
Yeah, I'll go first. My first metal album that I bought with my own money was the self-titled Slipknot release in '99, and I was fucking 11 years old. So fuck knows how I bought it, to be honest, but I did. I got it. Yeah. So, and I think Corey Taylor was, a bit of an influence because, of course, the harsh and the cleans and the fact that he sounds like 2 different people when he's singing is just it's. Or used to. I mean, he's fucked now, but at the time.
I'm going slagging Corey Taylor off. He won't. Opinions on these things.
Watching.
King Gun Kelly. Fucking think of that. That's the other name I shouldn't mention. Damn it.
There we go. I'm a little slow on the beat button.
Have you guys seen Corey Taylor's son's band are playing? I think was it Anvil?
Yeah, I got tickets. I got tickets.
I think we may end up going. I think we may end up there.
They sold out, so you bought your tickets.
I think we may end up not going. I think we may end up not there.
Yeah, stand upstairs.
Doing the mumbled version of it.
Damn it.
I mean, that's going to be worth a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop as well, are they not?
My fingers crossed it doesn't skip a generation.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'll let you know.
From what I've seen of their videos, he's pretty on it. I mean, their Slipknot Mark II, I think there's definitely a vibe of, very similar stuff.
No, it's Sean's son as well.
Yeah.
Sean Crown.
Yeah.
It's Corey and Clown's kids, essentially.
I think it'll be good. I think they'll perform the hell out of it as well.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, nice.
probably
And
gonna
there's
see
also...
him
Go on.
At Bloodstock. They're playing Bloodstock.
Yes, I'll see them there as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know who else is playing Bloodstock?
Unburia. Yeah, from Somerset. Yeah. We give a shout out to
the boys at Unburia.
Yeah. The winners of the Somerset Metal match. Off the mentions of this. Yeah. No,
Thumb are playing, aren't they?
yes, they are.
Thumb are playing.
Playing on the Sophie stage on the Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing Thursday night.
Yeah. So we're making our money on these royal. Yeah, man.
If you can catch that, that'll be worth it.
Hound.
This is the 7th member of the band.
Oh, what's the name?
He plays the squeaky toy.
Yeah, he does very well.
This is Karnak, the Doberman, who was up until recently asleep on the sofa.
And now decides that
He's
Uncle
now-
really needs
it's
attention
that
to
time
the
of night
podcast.
where he wants to get involved. So
Doggo's always welcome.
he's be alright. He's
Always,
covering
always
me his
welcome.
crop.
Poor thing.
Oh yeah. Oh. What was your quote? Anyway, yeah. Sorry, carry on.
First albums. We'll carry on from there.
First album bought.
First album.
Well, the first album that we had bought for us
Sure.
was Iron Maiden Live After Death.
Yeah.
Which we bought because I pestered my dad because I liked the look of the front cover, and he went, "You'll hate it."
1996,
1995,
Reddit, Our Price record,
if you remember Our Price.
that existed. And Beanie liked the cover, so he was like, "Dad, buy this." And he bought it. We didn't hate it. We were too young to know what music was.
Yeah.
We were like 7 and 8. But my older brother Dan, who we mentioned earlier, sort of latched onto it and ended up buying every Maiden album that there was. So when we turned 12 and 13, it was all there waiting for us. We came back to it and thought, "Fucking hell, this is amazing." So that I've still got that album tucked away somewhere. I did have it in a in a frame.
Well, we had before we got back into Maiden, we had Sabbath and Motorhead and Deep Purple.
We had all of that sort of
the old classic rock.
anything that Mum and Dad would play in the car.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
I had that as well.
So a good musical upbringing.
Absolutely.
And on that one, yeah, and I mean, yeah, it just sort of stemmed from there, really. Sort of I mean, you can't beat Iron Maiden live after death. Yeah.
Not the Iron Maiden.
I was going to say, you could say Rocky Rear, but I was edited the fuck out. Yeah. All right, whatever. For its time, and for something to listen to when you've not heard anything like it before. It's like, yeah, this is where we're going. We are now corrupted. Goodbye, Spice Girls.
Into the Spice Girls before that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we still are. Yeah, Spice for life.
The unlikely event we get to play with them down the line.
Oh, I fucking would. I would fuck.
Oh, right, okay.
We burnt our bridges and melted.
Oh,
Callum, can you take over for just a minute, buddy? I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sick of
Yeah, he's had enough already.
They've really put me off live. I'll be right back.
On again.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. That was the first album we bought for you. Although the first album that was given to me, and I still have, officially, was Deep Purple Battle Rages On from 1994, which was, again, it's one of those that you listen to with your mum and your dad, and it was constantly trips back from Somerset to Birmingham, where we used to live, in my dad's car, and it was put that one on, and eventually he just handed it to me. And said, there you go, listen to that. And I've still got this. This is yours, handing it down.
Another very keyboard heavy band as well.
Again, yeah, the masterful John Lord. And the miserable bastard Richie Blackmore. The Blackmore? Oh, yes, of course it's Black. Yeah, it was Black. It's always been Blackmore on that album. Steve Morse on the next one. But yeah, so it was just lots of usual musical stuff thrown in and a few randoms. And we just thought, yeah, fuck it. You just combine everything. It's great.
I always thought there tends to be sort of one band through perhaps your childhood that gets you into the whole rock and metal scene, and then it's just an evolution from there, you know. So
oh no, it's a mix from everything. Like I say, there's one thing you get into, and you, especially with bands like Deep Purple and Sabbath and Rainbow, they're all interlinked through all their musicians. There's the big family tree that. So you listen to one and you go, oh, so and so also played in this, and go, oh, so listen to that, and so listen to that, and you listen to that, and it just spreads, like you say.
We used to joke and say it's like when you used to play football on a Saturday. I know we had Ian Gillan last week, so you've got to have him this week.
Yeah,
we get Blackmore this week. You've got to have Ian Gillan.
Yeah. But yeah, so like you say, just you start off with something and it snowballs,
yeah,
and builds everything else. And eventually you put Lamb of God on, and it's so different to listening to Child in Time.
There is quite a natural transition, I think, when you start off with some kind of early metal albums. I know I started off with fairly lighter stuff like Meatloaf, then through to Breaking Benjamin and things like that. And that started introducing the idea of the scream to me. And then eventually you're listening to things like Cancer Bats, Lamb of God, you know. Yeah, so it's I think it's an acquired taste, that heavier element.
I think I did it all wrong then. I went.
I went with like Suicide Silence and ended up listening to Cher.
Basically,
it could work the other way.
Yeah. I went like Radiohead, Muse, Linkin Park, Slipknot. Basically, Linkin Park and Slipknot, you know, it's good. But
a lot of people listen to Linkin Park and transitioned into heavier bands.
But everyone else was like,
very much
this is where the argument against that kind of gatekeeping, when you have these bands that come out that are sort of like a hybrid of metal and pop, or you know, whatever. And a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not proper metal," and you go, "Yeah, but that gets people into."
Yeah, but that's what got you into heavier stuff.
Metal, So people go Linkin Park, and then they go, "Oh, this band are a bit like Linkin Park. They're a bit heavier," and then it closes doors.
Naturally evolves from there.
Yeah, there does seem to be a lot of gatekeeping in this style. Actually, I mean, I don't know if you guys have been keeping an eye on the.
Fans are the worst.
It's weird because they're the worst for gatekeeping, but when you're in, they're like the nicest fans. You know. Noticed it with the Metallica being in Stranger Things. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you didn't know."
Yeah, a lot of gatekeepers.
We don't need that.
No,
It's like
I
the
like
time
it
is
when
like-
they're on the TV.
Yeah.
They're like the biggest
Yeah.
band in the world. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
biggest like metal band
They're
ever.
my
You're
biggest
like,
fan.
David Lady Gaga. Ninth
Wasn't it?
selling band of all time, I believe, Metallica.
Yeah.
And the only heavy metal band to make it onto the list of the top,
Top
10.
10 best-selling bands. on the planet.
AC/DC, but they're like more of a rock band.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big up.
Yeah, massively. I've had a comment come in from Guy asking if Beardy can whistle Engel yet.
Oh.
Hello, it's a low note. It's that low one.
Only dogs can hear that.
Can't actually put his ears up.
Yeah.
He absolutely has put his ears
The dog is confused.
It's like, what did you say to me?
What?
What's going on?
What's that about my mother?
Something right there. Well, he is German. So it works. He does understand German whistling. Thank you, guys.
Whistling with an accent.
Right then, guys. So I want to ask you guys back as a
Wait, I've got
collective
one more.
now.
I've got one more.
Oh, go on. Yeah, go for it. Go
We've
for
had,
it.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of talk of Spice Girls tonight.
Oh, yeah.
What Spice Girl would you be?
I'll let Beardy cover this one.
Oh, well, I'm a gym bro, so sporty
You've got to be sporty, really.
or scary.
You're
naturally scary already. Very cringy Spice.
Not there is now.
It's an unwelcome
Cringy
Spice.
Spice.
Cringy Spice, hyper Spice,
For Spice.
awkward Spice, depressed Spice.
Right.
Like, Old Spice.
James Spice, I don't think that works.
James Spice.
Yeah, I don't think that works.
Yeah, I'd be sporty Spice for various different
Uh,
reasons. Most of the time at home in front of the mirror.
Surely that's Posh Spice, isn't it?
Sporty all the way. Yeah.
Emma Waldbridge tells us she's actually named after Baby Spice.
Yeah, she is. Her dad was obsessed.
Oh,
Yeah. He denies it, but yeah, he was.
But it's,
We've seen- bit creepy. Let's not go there.
No, we'll leave that alone. That's not the bear. Another question, I think.
So, guys, back to Dralian stuff. What have you guys got planned? What have you got coming up? What can you tell us?
Oh yeah, this is me now, isn't it? Yeah, we've got obviously this coming Sunday is Hammerdown Festival, our first festival this year. Big thanks to the shout out to Harry White who organises it, who's put together a absolutely mental lineup this year. Esoterica, The City Is Ours, Bleed Again, The 500, Exist the Immortal, Mordecai's last ever show, Southbank Crow's last ever show, Seething Akira, and then some spanners from Bournemouth are also playing it. So
They want a competition, you know.
no, we feel really, honestly lucky.
Tonight we are filler.
Yes. We are between the last band and the next. You are. Yeah, we've actually got the unenviable task of opening for Southbank Pro's last show. So cheers, Harry. No pressure.
Absolutely
Yeah,
awesome.
we got some more festivals lined up that haven't been announced yet. We've got a few gigs with some fairly impressive names that haven't been announced yet. Some shows we're only doing, I think, 2 other headliners this year. As I said, October and December. We've got Grove
With
Warden.
Meta Prism gig.
Our Meta Prism gig is
Adam
in.
Chambers in the chat.
Yeah, Adam Chambers in the chat. We're playing
Still
with,
is.
if he is still here.
Adam Chambers, yeah, man.
Still there.
Big
Yeah,
shout out
we're-
to the Chambers, dude.
We're
Yeah.
playing with Meta Prism on the 18th of November at Level 3 in Swindon. And we're bringing
Oh,
forward
fantastic.
the-
I wasn't aware that had been reorganised. That's really good news. Awesome.
The funny one to get going, that, but
Yeah, it's good, but we are looking forward to it. It's going to be a gig worth playing for sure.
That'll be a really good show. I don't think anyone watching will have seen Adam play yet, and he's a hell of a singer. He's
Yeah,
got
he's
pipes,
phenomenal.
dude. Like, I'm a bit envious. I won't lie. That guy can sing, man. Yeah. So but well, the big takeaway is obviously this weekend up at Hammerdown Festival. Now, where's that? That's Worthing, isn't it?
It's at the venue in Worthing. Yeah, it's a refurbished church in Worthing. So the venue is huge, and the sound is going to be epic. in a
That'll
form
be
of
mega,
terms.
yeah.
It's going to be a stage we have to fit.
Yeah, 35 feet of stage.
Yeah.
We'll have room to run. We won't know what to do with ourselves. Just be rude on the spot.
We
Going,
could go like this. We stood still, won't we?
Yeah.
Forced to have it.
I've got a spider.
Oh,
Oh.
Hey.
I'm wondering what
Oh.
you're doing.
Good
That's a great question.
He's captain.
He's kidding. I knew I should have taken that for this.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
it's-
real.
It's a money spider.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
All right, yeah. So anyone in and around the area of Worthing, if you can make it there, get down to that show. I'm just reading the poster now. That is actually an insane lineup. So yeah, if you're
Harry's
into,
done really well with that
if
one.
you're into heavy, that's the place to be this coming weekend. That really is. Wow.
And it's the first Hammer Down since 2018, I believe. So it's 4 years between festivals, and he's worked really hard to get this thing back up and off the ground. So if anybody's got, 20 quid to come on either day, £18 I think it is for day tickets either day, £25 for the whole weekend. I mean, it's payday. So where's the excuse to not do it on payday to get yourself down to Worthing?
Absolutely, and £25 you say for the whole weekend. Now just think
Yeah.
about the value for money there. That's crazy.
It's like just over £1 a band. It's just,
Yeah, that is insane. Yeah. Well, anyone who can make it, please do head down. You'll have a great time. Now, have you guys got any releases planned that you're allowed to talk about?
Yeah.
We've got the music video for Bloodshot, the opening track of our upcoming album, New Machine.
Mhm.
This has been a very difficult album to get recorded because we decided to record it in 2020, but we weren't allowed out the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of remote back and forth emails, one of us going into the studio at a time,
Yeah.
recording as much as you can on that day, disappearing for 2 weeks and coming back 2 weeks later to do a song, things like that. So it's taken a long time to piece together. Not
That is
just
a tough way
because
to go
of
about it.
not just because of COVID and
Yeah.
restrictions in that sense, but also monetary. None of us are millionaires, but we decided to go with Thin Ice Studios in Surrey with Carl Groom, who has
Like
worked,
that, and
and Clive, who's done work. Obviously, he's involved with Arena, has done work with Dragon Force, Carcass.
Clive is with Arena,
Clive with Arena.
Pendragon, and yes, he owns a studio. Carl Broom is the guitarist in Threshold.
That's the one.
He's done the albums for Threshold at Thin Ice. He's worked with Dragon Force. He's worked with Onslaught. He's done an album for Yes. He's worked with Arena on some of their releases. So it's a big studio for us to be working with.
it was really keen to
Great.
get him on board though,
Yeah.
because it's that kind of market.
Yeah.
Again, and we said before about this band's been doing so much on a small scale for so many lots of little bits and pieces. We're going to do it properly.
Oh, yeah.
So go
Sounds
for
like
the
a
big
massive
area.
step forward for you guys. Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
awesome.
So rather than what we've tried before, where we've done several demo CDs, EP CDs in little studios
Mhm.
and places like that, and they've never come out 100%. They've always sounded like an amateur school band doing a demo. So we thought, fuck it, let's go for something big.
Go for
We'll spend, we'll work hard, we'll spend the money, and get a decent result out of it. So with work between Thin Ice Studios and Carl Group, and also Gareth Matthews, Absolute Music in Poole, where we practice every week. We've known him for years. We've been playing there for years. He's a fantastic bloke.
sort of knows the songs.
He knows the songs. I'm sure when we approached him to say, "Can we record this?" he went, "Oh, for fuck's sake, not again." He says 4 of these songs already.
I've heard these every week.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, he's a phenomenal guy. Check him out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, he's got the patience again. The patience of several saints. Compared.
That's absolutely great.
We do fuck about a lot when we should be playing properly. Sorry, I'm sorry. We're professional, but we're
Professional idiots.
professional idiots. Yeah. When he looks
Well,
at you and
that's
goes,
gotta be
"No,
part
play
of
like
it,
this,"
isn't
you go,
it?
okay. But yeah, so that's been pieced together, and it's taken Yeah, I've been recording almost 2 years now since recording. We have the recordings fully back. We've had those for a few months now. So the recordings wise and the music is all ready to go. It's just a case of we're doing final tweaks to the album artwork. Similarly, with the recording, the album artwork, we decided to go for a piece of artwork for each song. Just to be difficult.
We don't do anything by hand.
Oh, that's awesome.
We've been doing it long enough. We want to make it look like it's been worthwhile rather than adding out them.
Absolutely milk them if you can.
Yeah, they're a 16-page booklet, all the fancy crap, everything being done through CD Baby and being put out on other platforms, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, once it's ready. But it's just that case of we just got to get those tiny little ready for physical release so that when it goes out on those platforms, we've got physical CDs to give out at gigs.
And it's quite hard to get. I know vinyls, there was like a 3-month delay for a few hours.
It's going to add up to that as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. But on the upside, it will give you some time to properly market the work you put into this. So hopefully we'll see a lot from you guys over the next, I'm guessing over the next year or so that'll be coming out.
Oh yeah, it's all ready to go. It's just a case of those, like I say, those final little tweaks, and then there's just going to be a flood. You're going to be sick of us.
That's brilliant. No, that's exactly what you want. I mean,
Album 2 is already written, pretty much.
Nice.
Album 3 is in the making. As I say, because it's been going on for so long, Beardy and I and Mark as well and Matt have just been writing continuously. We've got 50 completed songs, something like that.
Like that in total.
And then 80 that are, up to 80 that are in the works and things like that. So it's a case of once we get the ball rolling, it is going to be album after album.
Enough to keep us going.
As long as we can keep that momentum going, we got enough going. The music itself might evolve as we play it, and we think actually 3 years ago that sounded good, but you might need a bit of tweaking. But as I say, album 2 is already written and ready to be learned.
That's really exciting,
year, and then album 3 after that. So it's just like we say, it's just keeping the momentum going.
Get that musical grind over the next few years, then that'll be really exciting to see that happen.
The last thing you want to do is release something and then just sit and stagnate for you.
Yeah, most certainly.
I think it's all going to ride off that.
Yeah, damn right. I mean, if you've got that many tracks ready to go, absolutely go for it.
It's a case of reopening them and relearning them again. I haven't looked at this in 5 years. What was that?
In my case, in the first place.
Oh yeah, and teach him.
Teach him with the face.
You write words over this.
Yeah.
I can't bother anymore.
Monkey.
I've done 50 of them. I can't be asked.
Well, that's really exciting stuff, guys. And I was lucky enough to get a little listen in on one of the tracks recently when you were filming your music video, and it sounds absolutely awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing that go out to the public. Really can't wait to see what you guys do with it.
Thank you, Doriana, for filming that one for us.
Thank you for your patience.
And was able to steer it.
And put it with that one song 100 times.
Yeah.
I think people don't realize when you write your own stuff and you end up making music videos and stuff like that, how many times you actually have to hear it. You've already spent that long learning it and practicing it for an audience, but then
playing it for years already.
Recording a music video is a whole other thing, isn't it? It's crazy. Mind you, I think there's something to be said for it when you do a music video. After that, the performance of that song to a live audience is just so easy. It's so much easier. You know what you're doing. Yeah, certainly have a bit of drama ready for it. So we've been going just about an hour, chaps. If you're happy to, we can sign off pretty soon. Yeah, that's great. I think that'll be good. About an hour's about right, I think. So before we do go, is there anything else you guys want to plug? Obviously, anyone watching, please, if you haven't yet, follow Drallion on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Are you on YouTube?
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Of course. And of course, Spotify. Keep an eye on
EP's on our EP's on SoundCloud at the moment. Spotify when the album's released.
We got 4 of the EPs.
Awesome. Well, check them out on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud and YouTube. Yeah.
Which you can look up if you just search Drallion, and it's either Never Forever, She Brings the Night,
Bloodshot, or Remission.
These are the EP tracks. 3 of those are on the upcoming album, which are not to knock the EP tracks, but they all sound fucking phenomenal by comparison. Because, again, throw money at something and it sounds that sort of thing. So, but yeah, check them out. Hope you enjoy them. And eventually, once this album's done, all of that will be up on, as we say, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Amazon, everything, anything that will play it. Yodel Radio, local.
Anybody that's got a radio station or
get it plugged in at our local Sainsbury's over there, something like
that. Just before we go, we've had a few comments come in. AJ Elkin says, "Hi, friends." Emma is reminding you, do you have Twitter?
We've nicked the name, but we don't really use it.
Yeah, we've got the handle and that's it. We've left it at that.
Yeah, we might have on the point,
but not yet.
Not yet.
We don't do enough at the moment to comment on all of that.
To be fair, we've left our Twitter to die for now. There's so much toxicity on that platform. We're sort of avoiding it until hopefully it calms down a bit.
We might log in and just get banned straight away.
Yeah. I don't want to put any opinions out there. Yeah.
You have to have only the strongest opinions.
Yeah.
Pineapple
exactly.
pizza.
I'm too far in the middle for
That was
Twitter.
back in Facebook bans.
Guy, thanks, Rogue One. Enjoyed hearing my boys live. You're very welcome.
Really?
Rogue One. Oh, nice.
We have a good in joke, like constantly running with the band. We get a lot of like misnames in this band.
The best was at that festival where it wasn't like normally it's regional one band, right?
Yeah,
Or
we get that a lot.
We get that
Regional
loads.
One
But at this festival on the set list we were just regional.
band.
That was it.
Regional band.
Just some local
Not even,
tunes.
not even regional band, just regional.
Just regional. Amazing.
AJ says, Anya says hi.
Hello,
Anya. Thanks for coming on, listening.
Big shout out there. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on with us. We'll pop you into the green room in just a moment, and then we'll join you after the stream. So, thank you for coming on, Drellian, everybody. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
guys.
Thanks to you guys. It's been lovely.
And we're looking forward to seeing you guys on the road again. I'm sure we'll cross paths at some shows again soon.
Oh,
I have
I'm
no
sure.
doubt of that.
We'll see at Bloodstock. Well, I'm at Bloodstock.
I'm a Bloodstock.
You'll see me.
We'll probably
you'll see me
always,
somewhere.
Yeah,
always running
look for the guys with the beards. They'll be there.
Yeah, never seen
Yeah,
beards, shorts, jacket,
metal t-shirt. You
miss
can't
them.
miss it.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to end on this comment by Alex Scarbeck from
Oh,
the
Christ.
Spice
Okay,
Girls.
here we go.
I believe this is your band's lineup. I could be wrong. So we've got Riffy Spice, Shouty Spice, Slappy Spice, Slamming Spice, Noodly Spice, and holy fuck, that is an insane keyboard spice.
That is
Thank you
it.
so much, Alex.
I've gone on a t-shirt. I'll make a message. Make a t-shirt for that. Yeah.
I've pinned
London's
that comment if you
that
want
is
to find
going on
it
a
again. Well, thank you very much, chaps. We will we'll speak to you in just a moment. Cheers for coming on, and well, we'll see you in a moment.
All right, awesome. Cheers, guys.
Thank you for the watching, everybody.
Goodbye. All right, everyone watching, thank you so much for checking us out. It's been a good stream. It's been real fun. So thank you very much for coming and checking it all out. We're fairly new to this, but really enjoying it. If you have any suggestions for bands that you think we should get on, or any artists, or anything music related, or just someone interesting to talk to, honestly, go for it. We're fairly well booked up for August. I think we'll be doing one early September to help promote a show up in Street, which is going to be a really cool show. That is the Rock Against Cancer gig. In the next few weeks, we're hoping to get Nori J on, who we played with recently in Sanford in Wareham. We'll be back to play again, I believe. Was it called Sandfest, Jazz?
I believe so.
Maybe.
So this is the
That's the 20th.
This is
Quick Google.
it's the finale of the Funky Thursdays competitions. Really excited to turn up and play that. We, like I say, we played recently, just last Thursday. The marquee's really nice. The weather was lush, but even if it's not, come in the tent. We're going to party. It's going to be a great show. anyone who's watching up in London will be at the home of Iron Maiden once again on the 27th of August, I believe, with For Fox's Sake for the current for the Fox Fest. Guy, thank you so much. Well done, Regional 1. Sorry about the rogue bit. No worries at all. We welcome it. We're going to make a list of these things.
Yeah.
We welcome it. We get all kinds of names.
On Angler,
thank you so much, Guy, for hanging out. Thank you, everyone who contributed to the comments. And hopefully we'll see you at a show soon. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now. Right, I'm pressing the button.
Oh, before we go, Angler, yes,
Yeah.
we will be talking to Angler.
Hopefully.
It's in the works. So thank you very much for that, Emma. We will be in touch. Cheers for that, and goodbye, everyone.
Regional Rogue One signing off.